Thank you very much. First of all, I should like to thank the hosts for organizing this event. I'm very honored and indeed pleased to have this opportunity to be here and express the solidarity of Denmark with our Korean friends and partners. Denmark also welcomed the adoption by the Human Rights Council of its resolution 20/13 on the situation of human rights in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. We were among the sponsors, together with our EU partners and Japan. Our position is indeed reflecting our deep and sincere concern about the human rights violations taking place in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Provocations carried out by the DPRK, including the launching of 4 short-range missiles yesterday and the day before, tend to and are undoubtedly intended to capture the attention of the international community. As serious and worrisome as these provocations are, we should not let them deviate our attention from the horrific human rights situation in DPRK. This conference is a very important initiative aiming at putting and keeping the international spotlight on the human rights violations which are constantly taking place in DPRK. The DPRK is at this time one of the most repressive regimes in the world. That in itself is extremely worrying and needs to be addressed by the international community. In 2012, the Special Rapporteur stressed that under certain circumstances, widespread or systematic imprisonment and other severe deprivation of liberty in violation of international law may constitute crimes against humanity. Human rights violations are totally unacceptable attacks on the dignity of human beings, but they're also serious, in this case, insurmountable obstacles to development. These violations must stop to end the sufferings of the people of DPRK and to avoid further humanitarian disasters. Economic, social, cultural rights, as well as civil and political rights, are an issue between the population, that is, the rights holders, and the government of the DPRK, that is, the duty bearer. It is the government's responsibility to secure the well-being of its population. This must be done by respecting all human rights of the people. By respecting the freedom of the individual and by introducing the rule of law, the government could release the country's human resources and thereby pave the way for development and welfare. And the government must respect all individuals' basic needs, like the right to food and the right to health care. By deviating funds and indeed food from the productive sectors to the military, the government is blatantly violating the economic, social, and cultural rights of huge proportions of its population. The government is responsible for and must be held accountable for keeping its population in deep poverty and often starvation. It is the responsibility of the government of the DPRK to establish an environment conducive to development. It is not the responsibility of the international community to develop the economy of the country. And it is not possible to create development from outside. Development can only be created from inside the country through political will to release the potential of the human resources and through making the right decisions regarding the allocation of resources. Rather than creating humanitarian disasters through deliberate mismanagement, the government should simply concentrate on the plight of its people. Through Resolution 22/13, the Human Rights Council decided to invoke the strongest instrument at its disposal in light of the seriousness of the situation. The Council established for a period of 1 year a commission of inquiry with a mandate to investigate the systematic, widespread and grave violations of human rights in the DPRK, with a view to ensuring full accountability, in particular with these violations may amount to crimes against humanity. We call upon the government of DPRK to fully cooperate with the Commission of Inquiry. If the government cares about the welfare of its population, there is no reason why it should not reach out to the Commission of Inquiry. The mandate of the Commission encompasses the 9 areas already mentioned by my colleagues and outlined in the report of the Special Rapporteur. All human rights are universal, and Denmark welcomes the inclusion in the mandate of all these serious violations. Thank you.